Hi guys, this is Clinton, the Oga of London, and this is the Oga and his fellow Ogas 1990B edition. Today, our guest is Will L. Let's talk about your journey leading up to the edition.
Everyone just had that like golden email saying, "Are you interested in this new show?" I'd never heard of it, so I found like the Dutch version or something. So I watched it on YouTube while I was on like the running machine, and I watched one episode, and then I thought, "Oh, I'll just apply." I did it the same day they sent email because I had a day off.
Yeah.
And then Tom followed me on TikTok like the day afterwards,
Oh, wow.
and then gave me a call the Monday because it was on the weekend, I think.
Okay.
And then it was just the same as everyone else.
Will,
Hello.
let's talk about your life outside of the show. So how did you get into wrestling?
How did I get into wrestling? You know when you're little and you've got like a little childhood dream that you just can't you need to scratch the itch for. I pretty much just had that. And then all of my year left college and they all went off to university and stuff. And I was thinking like, there's no course that I really want to do. Like if I'm not interested in something, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I thought now's the time to start wrestling. So I just decided to apply for like a training school. Went to the like first session. I loved it. And then within like 3 months, I was put on a show. And it was just like pretty quick, but I knew I was going to put the work in to do it. So I think that's why. So that's why I got started into wrestling, and then obviously it's got me to where I am now, really.
Yeah. You're now the middleweight champion, is it not?
Yeah, I am. I've got it up here. Look at this.
Big ups to you. Let me see.
I've got it right here.
Well done, man. I know that must have been a lot of work to get to that position.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was hard work, and the good thing was I was able to win it in Somerset, and I had never wrestled in Somerset before, which is obviously where I'm from.
At home, that must have felt unreal.
It was nice because I had like all my friends and my family and stuff there. So it's just like, yeah, it was a really nice moment. Like if I could picture a moment when I was little, it would have been that.
Yeah.
So I got to like live out the dream, you know?
Yeah, a bit full circle. That's wild. Like coming back home for your, champion game.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like the whole show, the first ever time wrestling in Somerset. It was like all centered around it, and yeah, thankfully it paid off and I won the title.
No, well done, mate. That is wild. I don't know if I could do what you're doing, wrestling. No, that sounds like a lot of work. So well done.
It is good fun.
Risk.
It is hard work. There is some risks. I'm just the one that does like the stupid flips off of like the high up things. So they're like my risky spots, you know. But other than that, it's just it's good fun.
How much does that hurt? Does it hurt at all? Like
so everyone thinks like with wrestling, because obviously like the whole thing of it being staged and stuff.
You know, I was just about to ask, like, because I'm thinking and that's like a whole conversation. Is it real? Is it fake? And all that one. So yeah, what's your take on that?
So it's like basically it's almost like predetermined. So you know like what you're going to do and the story you're going to tell.
Okay.
But the moves and stuff still really hurt. And like everyone thinks the ring's like a trampoline. Like it's steel, wood, and then like one tiny bit of foam. Like when you land, you get winded. So like that part is actually real. Like when you see like them reacting to like a move, that's because it actually does hurt.
Yeah.
But obviously like you're out there to tell a story.
Yeah.
But it still hurts. But so it's almost like a fear to show, but with like violence almost. But not obviously like proper like violence.
Wow. So with this in mind, this game must have been nothing for you. Like considering that you're under intense situations in wrestling.
I get nervous for wrestling, right? But I've never been so nervous in my life for these challenges. There was just, I don't know what it was, but even something as simple as like balancing a can, it just felt like the whole life depended on it, you know?
No, I completely feel you. I was there with you. It was wild.
It was too much. And like,
it was actually
I from wrestling and stuff, I suppose like I've got more used to trying to like channel nerves, and because I don't really think you achieve anything in life unless you're nervous. Like that's sort of the way I view things. But wrestling nerves compared to the nerves for the show is like incomparable. I've never been so nervous for like anything.
Honestly, I completely feel you. Like I tell people, I've never pissed more in my life than filming the show. Like literally before each game, I was in the toilet. After each game, I'm in the toilet. It was just like the nerves were showing in every area. I was just like, what is going on here? And like you said, it would be like for the simplest of things, like balancing a can or balancing an egg or a ball. It's just like the heck. Why is this getting so much? But I don't know what it is about that environment. It just gets you nervous.
Your hands are sweating and everything. It's like your hands are shaking when you're trying to do something simple. I just think it's just I've never experienced anything like it.
No, it's
It was
wild.
scary, but fun. It was good. Bit of
Yeah.
fun.
What do you think makes you a good wrestler?
What makes me a good wrestler? I don't. Well, right. So when you think of like wrestling, you think of like 6'5", absolutely jacked guys.
Yeah.
That is like the opposite of me. And so I knew going into it, I had to do something like different to kind of stand out.
Mm.
That's why, if you watch any of my matches, I'll just be the one that does like the flips and like the cool like jumping spots because
Okay. Yeah.
I was never going to be the guy that could like pick up a massive bloke and slam him. That's just not
Yeah.
me. So I just find it easier to do like a backflip onto him or something, you know? And also like it's something different. Like there's so many guys that have the same moves. So I just tried to do something a bit different. And thankfully,
Yeah.
I think that's sort of how I got to where I was just from
Yeah.
doing
It's
more
definitely
stuff.
working for you because you're here now. You're a champion. So
Exactly. Yeah, I
you're
won the
looking above.
championship. Yeah, I've ticked it off. Like that's one of my proudest things is winning that because that was like I in school I was never good at sports. Like I was quite fat in school. And then as soon as like
Imagine
we
that.
left school, it was like it was down to me. It was lockdown. I decided, right, I'll lose it. I think I lost like 3 and a bit stone in lockdown.
Wow.
And then I was like, now's the time to become a wrestler.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a long journey, but it paid off when I won the championship, you know? That's like full
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah. That's wild. Going from not liking sports to wrestling, that is a
But I was
drastic
like,
change.
I
That's
was always last at sports day. Like I was always rubbish. Like if any of my mates watch this, they'll vouch for me. Like I was fat back in the day and I was awful at sports. And then now I'm supposed to be an athlete. It's kind of crazy.
no, that's wild. Well done, mate. That is,
Thank you.
evolution. That's evolution at its best.
That's it, mate. That is it.
Okay, so back to the game. So 1990, what was your favorite challenge?
My favorite one, probably the cam one, just because like
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I was the first one to place it, and then
It
obviously
seems I
like
breezed through
they
that game. Like I was just like, wow,
they even
simple.
showed it. I couldn't believe it because you know how much they like cut out of these things. I was
Yeah.
expecting like not to even be shown, and then they showed me like doing the can straight away, and like to me that was just like one of my favorite memories because that was the first full day of filming as well, wasn't it?
I do not
Like
remember.
that was the final game of the first day. So when you
Yeah.
made it through that challenge, you had like the first night in the hotel,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I just think that feeling, knowing you would like you didn't go home on day one,
Yeah.
was the best bit. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that one was my favorite. What was yours?
Do you know Chelsea asked me this, and
Yeah.
none. I don't have a favorite challenge, honestly.
None of them. That's a valid
None of
answer.
them.
There
Like I
again.
was, literally like in autopilot. I was just like, okay, let's get through this game. Once I'm done with that game, okay, that's done. Let's get through the next one. So yeah, I didn't really
Literally.
like deep anything. I didn't really get relaxed or comfortable in anything. Everything was just, let's keep this pushing. I need to keep going until there's nowhere else to go. That was just the main thing
Yeah.
I was moving in. So yeah, nothing really comes to my mind in terms of having a favorite game. No.
Did you have a least favorite?
At least favorite. It was probably that nails one. That nails one.
Yeah, that's fair. That was stress
I
free.
was completely lost when they first told us what we're doing. I was like, nothing was coming to my mind. I had no idea how to approach it. So having that feeling wasn't the best one. That was like the game I was the most so far.
Yeah.
That was most um just blank-minded in terms of how I'm going to approach it, and that was not a good feeling. So yeah, probably that knows one. But one way, one how I got through. So
You
yeah,
got
that's
through
what
it.
that is. I
You
wasn't
got
last.
through it.
I
Yeah.
wasn't last.
I think that nail one was like I remember when they first said it, I still couldn't wrap my head around it. You know, every game you go in with like a bit of a strategy
Yeah,
just before
yeah,
the class and stuff.
yeah.
That one, we all sat at the desks, and I remember looking to like the wheels, and I said to him, like, I still
What the
got no
wheels?
idea. But yeah,
How many
one
wheels
of the
were there?
many. There was 4 of us.
Wow.
There was 4. They had to make
What
one of
really
them
insane.
wear a William name tag because there was just too many wheels, I think.
No.
And I just said to Will T and William, I was like, there's just I couldn't wrap my head around it. Even when the
Yeah.
klaxon sounded, I had no idea what to do. I don't know how I managed it, but it was stressful.
No,
That
that
one
was
was
definitely stressful. But we got through it, so that's what matters. We weren't lost.
we survived. We survived
Absolutely.
another one.
We know, like, being in such an environment, like, people are forming, close friendships and relationships. So who do you feel like you were able to, like, form those close relationships with during this experience?
So well, I kind of had like my little friendship group where we sat in the green room and stuff. I had
Yeah.
like well, we used to say like Big Will, Little Will, Lydia, like Caitlin, Bethany,
Hmm.
Georgia,
Yeah,
like Sarah, and all that kind of like
yeah,
group. Megan, Freddie, Dan. That was our like group for in that waiting room. And then obviously like we had me, you, Lewis, Frankie, and Louis.
yeah,
We were the 1 to 5.
yeah,
So like you guys were probably who I spoke to most during the whole thing.
yeah,
And then like strategizing with and you just form such close friends. You're like if when people say on these shows like, oh, a day feels like a week, you think, oh, like grow up. But
yeah,
then when you're there, it actually does feel like a week, a day.
yeah.
It's
It's quite intense.
wild, literally, and especially because like how intense it was. You just get so close so
Yeah.
quickly, you
Because like
know.
we understand each other, we understand like our thought processes, like how we're feeling about it, and it's really only us that understand it. So I just think it's natural that we form those relationships because now we're the only people that can really like look back to each other and somewhat understand what we went through and what we're experiencing right now in watching the show again. So yeah, I just think it's natural like
100%.
that, and yeah, it's us being in the circle, like standing next to each other, it just made
No,
things
brilliant, wasn't
better for us.
it?
What?
It was brilliant being stood next to each other. We were just strategizing for every single game.
I'm telling you, no. Yeah, they knew what they were doing with making that happen, or maybe they didn't.
Yeah,
But it worked out for us, so
I
that's
did
what
it.
matters.
It worked. It worked. Oh, and Shane as well. I forgot to say Shane. I
Yeah,
was really close to Shane. He's just amazing. And Ryan and like David. I got along with people
Ryan,
like
it's
that
still
as
Ryan,
well.
right? Was that another
Still
Ryan?
Ryan. Yeah. No, wow, the host.
Not him. Yeah, that's true though. Yeah, Ryan is the host. But yeah, Ryan, tour guy, yeah. Ryan was really nice. Honestly,
Yeah.
everybody was really nice. Will, how did you feel leaving the show when you did?
Yeah, I was gutted to leave how I did, but like it would have been nice to have gone further because
Yeah,
in the solo ones, I was never in the bottom. Like other than the find your t-shirt one, I think I was like bottom 6.
yeah,
I never had that like close call where you're in like the bottom few.
yeah,
And so to then be wiped out in a team game, it was a bit annoying, but I suppose that was like the nature of the game. They had to get people out, but I just wish it was later on, you know? But
yeah,
then I suppose everyone's saying that. Whoever came
yeah,
in like the 60s wants to be in the 50s. Whoever came in
yeah,
the 50s wanted to be in the 40s.
yeah,
So yeah, gutted. But if I had to pick a way to go, it would have been with like my closest friends. Do you know what I mean? And then when we were going around with the cowbell, and I realized it was Big Will next to me,
yeah,
I thought like this is too good to be true. And then I hear Shane, and I think for God's sake, of course we got Shane as well. And then I didn't realize we had Georgia, but just to have that team of people made it so much easier
yeah,
because obviously getting eliminated is gutting.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but if that was my time to go, I'm trying to tell myself it saved me like embarrassing myself at a future date. Like I could have been awful at peeling a potato or something like that, or fell
yeah.
off the scoop. So I'm trying to tell myself that it was a good thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Everything happens for a reason at the end of the day. And
Mm.
yeah, like you said, I feel like all of us, we just want to keep going until we have nothing else to give. And that was
Exactly.
just your time like, when it comes down to it. That was just your time. And you made it through to episode 4. Like that's halfway through the
Yeah,
show. So that is something an achievement because these games were not easy. So yeah,
it was
honestly,
tough,
well done to
but
you.
I should have known it was going to be episode 4 because like the whole show, I think I said about this to you before. The whole show, the number 4 was just too reoccurring.
Yeah.
There was 4 wheels. My room number
Oh,
in the hotel was 144. I
yeah.
was playing number 4 in the circle.
Yeah.
I should have known I was going on episode 4 and I was coming 44th. Like it was just too many fours.
That's wild. That's wild. Oh my
It's
God. The
scary.
force in your life.
Yeah.
That's a bit scary. Okay, let's be careful
But
with four.
but David told me apparently it's a good angel number or something. So I'm gonna try and believe that.
So how do you feel, yeah, in contrast, like being like participating in the show and watching the show now?
Watching it back, I think it's like it's interesting how they've edited it because obviously like certain things have been left out and certain things that people didn't think were going to be shown have been shown.
Yeah,
I think as it goes on, it's getting more and more tense, which is good because
yeah,
like it was kind of like that, and also like I was a bit worried because like my elimination, for example, there was quite a lot of us were like quite upset,
yeah,
and I was just thinking like when episode 1 aired, I thought this is so light-hearted, we might look a bit silly later on, like getting
yeah,
upset.
yeah.
But because they're making it more and more tense, I think it's now like understandable.
Mm,
I love it. I think I'd have watched it anyway had I not been on it, just
yeah.
because like, I like the concept. I
Hmm.
like elimination based things. But it is weird to see back. What do you think? I just think it's weird seeing us. You
Yeah,
know?
definitely. Like every time I see myself, still, I'm shocked. I'm like, wow, that's me. That's wild.
Literally.
Right. But with
Yeah.
that, our final question, Will, what's next for you?
What's next? This is the problem, right? I said this to my friends last night. I am like the type of person where I just like ticking things off.
Yeah,
So like with wrestling, with like we were doing a show, and I'm now trying to find what the next like adventure is. I can't just do nothing. I need to
yeah,
like have a new focus. So I actually have no idea what's next. Like I'm just trying to sort of get your what's the saying? Like get your finger as many pies as possible just to
yeah,
see what like is out there.
yeah.
I don't have a clue. What's next for you? I need inspiration. I think I don't have a
So
clue.
I don't know exactly what is next, but I have ideas of what I want to accomplish, and I'm
Yeah.
just considering how to get to those areas of what I want to accomplish. So yeah, but I think similar to you, that what exactly is next, I cannot say right now because I do not know. But we're gonna have to figure it out. We're literally just
Yeah, it's difficult. I think because we've waited so long for this to finally come out,
yeah,
like this has been such a focus for everyone.
yeah,
Obviously
yeah,
doing the show and then the speculating when it's out, and now it's
yeah,
finally out. It's like reliving it.
yeah,
I just think I couldn't really think about anything else
yeah,
until this was said and done.
yeah.
And now I'm out. I suppose it might be a bit different, but I don't know. I just need to think, but I can't think of what's next because I just don't know.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
We will, of course, mate. Of course.
Yeah.
You never know where you could be. Like we didn't even know a month before we were going to be on that show, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Exactly.
So
Who
you could be
knows?
anywhere this time next month.
Who knows? But wherever it is, I'm sure we're gonna be doing big things, good things, great things, and that's
Yeah.
like that is
We'll
the
smash
vibe.
it, mate. We'll smash it.
Definitely, that is the vibe. Will, thank you very much for coming on. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate it.
No,
And
thank you for having me, mate. I've enjoyed it. It's been good catching up.
honestly, it was needed. Like it's been a while. We needed this.
Exactly. It's been like 8 months
No,
since we
that's
stood next to
wild.
each other in the circle. So no, it's been really nice. Thank you for having me on, mate.
No, thank you. Thank you once again to Will. What a great conversation. This has been the Oga and his fellow Ogas 1990B edition. Let's stay tuned in to everything Clintonslaw by hitting that subscribe button, hitting that share button, dropping a comment, hitting that like button. Do the needful, people. Let's do the needful. And to see more of this guy, catch me on social media. Anywhere where something is happening, you're probably going to find me. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, the 9 miles. Is it the 9 miles? The 9 yards? We know what we're talking about. The point is, find me, engage, and let's keep being the guys that we need to be. With that, this guy is out. Bye, guys.